So Dos, couldn't catch up with you last week. You've suffered with COVID and illness. So first of all, how are you feeling?
Yeah, getting there. It's sort of 8 days since I got it, so finally sort of cleared. Got a positive that I could come in today. My wife's really struggling badly with it as well. So yeah, it's still around. It's still out there, but we've just got to get on with it.
Well, you are back in today, and there's been quite a lot of movement within the squad over the last couple of days. First of all, we just welcome T.
Yeah, very pleased to get T. He's someone that I've known for many years. Probably spoken to Gary McCann about him every year since he's been at Hampton. But very important player to Gary, and it was a little bit of a no-brainer when I saw Gary had left Hampton. I felt that T's loyalties were very much to Gary McCann, and I just made a 7-day approach to see if there was a chance. And obviously, with Gary's help and speaking to T, we sold what we felt was the project to him, and really pleased that he decided to come.
And he's a really sort of tenacious, aggressive midfielder. So is that sort of the qualities that you were looking at?
Yeah, 100%. I think if you look at this last part of the season, January, February, March, be very difficult grounds, very difficult pitches, and you need someone with great legs, and he's got great energy. He's a real combative midfielder. He'll run 11.5k for you, but he's also got pace, and not all midfielders have got the pace that he's got. And many times we played against Hampton, and I've always thought the way he drifts past people, the way he competes for everything, and for the National South and the National League, it's a bit of a no-brainer. He can play it all day long. So that adds competition now into the midfield, which we had a slight concern about, that if one of our midfielders was injured, then we'd look a bit weak within the squad. So I think that's a massive area, that's been filled, and like I said, that's on the back of really a very, very good relationship with Gary over the years, and the two of us just always being open and discussing what good players we've both respectively got.
And just speaking to him then, you can tell the character he has. And I know you mentioned that even with the likes of Josh Nemhard in the summer, just bringing in characters that are really going to fit in with the squad.
Yeah, but winners. Joash is a winner. He's been devastated since he's been out. He took part in the 11v11 today, so he's now back and feeling like he can play, which is great news. But Tyrell's another one that comes into this squad, combative, ready, 27. It's a fantastic age to come into our squad as well, I think, because we have got some young players, but that 26, 27-year-old is something that we were looking for. So yeah, I think it's a big sign in the context of where we are at this part of the season.
And some other news as well. We thank Brad House. He departed the club, and we bring in a very exciting Chelsea prospect in Teddy.
Yeah, we got a phone call from Sutton to say that their second keeper had a slight groin strain, and there was a concern in terms of maybe having to call him back. So again, the black book comes out, and you make your phone calls. And as I said, it was I think it's an incredible signing for the football club. He's still young. We're not expecting miracles from him, but he's come in working with John Keeley as well, which I think is important for him. That experience that John can give him. And in the first 2 sessions that he's had with us, he's looked a very confident young man and a good goalkeeper.
I mentioned this with him actually about how these loans can work really, really well. I mean, we saw Will Mannion last year. Now he's Cambridge #1, and at the moment we've got our very own Ethan Burnett too.
Yeah, they're hugely important for younger academy players. I think you've only got to go back to when I was at Sutton and Adam May came to me from Portsmouth, and initially I've got to say probably struggled in that first month. But like Ethan, really learned very, very quickly. And it's brilliant to see Adam May now progressing his own Football League career. So these loans are important. I know that the parent club, Chelsea, will always be looking at what progress he makes. And for Teddy, if he has a good 20-odd games, it's the chance for him to then perhaps get a League One, League Two loan next season. So we've seen that with Nathan Baxter. Nathan Baxter went from Woking, had a very good spell, I think, in the Conference South as well. And now he's ended up, in first team keeper at Huddersfield. So hugely important. And
last week as well, we had some news that the return of Ben Shroll as well. We had a really solid end of the season last year, and now he's back.
Yeah, well, Shrolley, obviously we were injury-ridden last year as well, and Shrolley came in. I think we lost once in 16 games when he was back into the side. So, again, with us being weak really in the squad in terms of defensive numbers, Ben's come back in. He was always keen to come back, but rightly so. Aldershot wanted to keep him round him. So yeah, to get Shroll back adds depth to the back line now, and with Joe Ash coming back, we're starting to get some more competition for places.
Yeah, Shroll did say he was destined to come back. He was really looking forward to it. And of course for you as well, versatility is important. And obviously you can play on that sort of right side as well.
Yeah, he can play right back, centre half. I don't doubt that he could even play as a holding midfield player if we needed him to. But essentially he's been brought back in to add strength and depth to that right back, centre half position. So yeah, I'm really pleased to get him back as well.
Well, it's pleasing to see these numbers back, and as you mentioned, the injuries as well slowly coming back, and that's all important now to come into our run of away games.
Yeah, it's I think 5 of the next 6 are away from home. That's a very difficult schedule, but one that we're looking forward to embracing. And I think, as I said, adding these 2 or 3 numbers to the squad gives us the confidence that we can really go on and really push hard now. We've had a fantastic first half of the season. It's very much all to play for. All 3 teams, Ebbsfleet, Chelmsford and Dartford, and ourselves are still very much in the mix, and that's where you want to be, at the halfway point or just over the halfway point now. So, I just felt that, as I said, we've let 1 or 2 go out on loan. There's 1 or 2 that have left the football club, and it's all been done, for the right reasons to allow us to strengthen in the areas that we felt we needed to.
And on Saturday it starts with Dover, a little bit of a change of manager as well for them, so they might be having that little bit of a boost that you do get.
Yeah, it's always a boost. I think Hess was extremely well regarded down there. He's someone that I know well in football, and I think it would have been a blow to lose him. But Mitch is, Mitch Brundle I know well, good player. Has played at the higher level in the National League and this level, and very combative, good player. And I'm sure that he would be looking to bring that into his early management career. But no, I wish him all the best. It's always hard, especially if you're going to be a player manager. And I haven't spoken to him yet. So as I said, I'll speak to him on Saturday. But it's a tough gig being a manager at times. It's the highs and the lows. But I wish him well.
And finally, more importantly as well, hopefully we have the 12th man, a full coach, and that away sport's been fantastic.
Yeah, and it's a long trip to Dover. The good news is that the pitch there is always fantastic. It never ever gets called off in the context of rain. So, we are looking forward to actually having a game on Saturday. And I think our crowd down there always helps us, always makes a difference.
And you alluded to it there. What was that week's break like? Does it mean you can get numbers back, or are you missing the game?
No, it was. To be honest, we were pleased that the game was called off against Farnborough. Joe Ostler wouldn't have been fit. He's had to have an injection in his back, so he didn't train at all last week. Joe Ash wouldn't have been ready for Saturday either, so we were really struggling for Saturday. And it wasn't the worst thing in the world. We've had a lot of illness in the camp in the last sort of week, 10 days as well. It's just been going through pretty much everybody. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but they have trained hard, whilst we haven't played. So no, listen. I think we're going to Dover Saturday. We then go to St Albans. I think it goes Saturday, Tuesday. I think we're away to Taunton on the Tuesday night. We've got Ebbsfleet away coming up. There's plenty of football to be played yet, and we feel that we're just getting in a strong position with the squad that we're going to put together.
Lovely. Cheers, Dos.
Thanks, mate.